Atlanta Falcons potentially signing a veteran cornerback. Mitchell Renz from Jat Sports ready to break everything down for y'all here. So the Falcons, according to a report, could be interested in bringing in a vet corner. Obviously, this is a football team that needs another cornerback next to A.J. Terrell. Terrell, who was drafted number 16 overall by Atlanta last year out of Clemson, I thought was a little bit of a reach, and I actually anticipate a lot of other Falcons fans and NFL fans to also agree with me that you could see Terrell's good, but I don't know if he was first round good. Plus, they did go out and they signed Darqueze Dennard, who was in a whole other situation as well, but he plays a little bit more of a nickel role. But if you're Atlanta, you're like, okay, how can I rebuild my offensive line? How can I build my defense? How can I get a pass rush if I only have, well, $8.24 million negative cap space, which is one of the worst in the league, right? Potentially, you can go out and bring in a vet corner, and maybe if the corner, I don't know, has already gotten paid, maybe get him a little bit cheaper because, I mean, look right now. You got Darqueze Dennard, free agent. Keanu O'Neal, another free agent. Kazi, free agent. And Oliver, well, he's not really good enough to be a cornerback too. You have all these different holes for Atlanta. How can you honestly address all of them? You need to start figuring out guys that you can buy low and hopefully that they go out and have tremendous seasons. Because for Atlanta, this is a football team that needs to start playing better down the end of games. I don't need to tell you how many leads that they've blown. If you're a Falcons fan, you already know that. So name a corner that the Falcons should go out and sign. Obviously, they don't have a lot of money, but could they potentially find a diamond in the rough? Yes, absolutely. Or could they potentially find somebody that maybe, I don't know, a former coach has played with, a veteran that just got cut? So go down in the comment section right now. Name a corner the Falcons should go out and sign. Your balls will thank you, and so will your wife, girlfriend, or that random girl you find down the street if you get started with Manscaped. 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. The Lawnmower 3.0, it fits great in your hand, an 8-hour battery life, and with an 8-hour battery life, she's going to want you to last even longer than that. So the Lawnmower 3.0, it's got a little light at the end of the tunnel, so when you get like in those hard-to-reach places, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, you're pulling some of these numbers out, you're doing all sorts of weird stuff in the shower, you can see what you're doing. Go to manscaped.com/chat. The link's easy to find, and the hairs on your body, they'll be even easier to get rid of. If you take advantage of this deal right now, you also get boxers and this traveling case 100% free. And I promise you this, if you wear these boxers and they're not the most comfortable boxers that you've ever put on, dude, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Then you got a whole lot of situation going on. Now, ball deodorant. For those of you that maybe have never heard of it, you've heard of regular deodorant, right? Hopefully. Hopefully. Ball deodorant is just as important. Have you ever, like, walked by somebody and you're like, wow, what was that? Seriously, be a man right here and be honest with me. I want you to take your hand, reach down there, and then smell it. If it doesn't smell good, it's because you're not using ball deodorant and you're not using ball toner. So if it doesn't smell good for you, imagine it ain't going to smell good for anybody else out there. And if you do finally, around third base, if those of you over 18 or, know what I'm talking about. If you are around in third base and you're getting ready to slide for home, she's going to say no way if you're smelling in some type of way. So go to manscaped.com/chat where you can go ahead and take advantage and make sure that you have the perfect package. We here at Chat Sports, we absolutely love all their products. I promise you will too. 20% off, free shipping, and again, it's in the comments, it's in the description. Do not miss out on this deal. Could they potentially go out and get Malcolm Butler, who was cut by the Titans last week? Butler might be a little bit out of the Falcons' price range. However, if you want to talk about connections, I mean, he has a connection with Arthur Smith. Sure, Arthur Smith was the offensive coordinator in Tennessee, but guess what? Malcolm Butler did just spend last season in Tennessee. So if you're Butler, let's say, you're like, okay, I just got released. I want to go somewhere where maybe I have a familiar face. Maybe this is going to be my last contract. Do I try to get the bag? Do I try to win games? All of those questions are definitely up there. But the real question is, can Atlanta afford Malcolm Butler? Obviously. I mean, there was a lot of Titans players. They were pretty upset when this deal went down. And it makes sense, right? I mean, he's coming off a year. We had 100 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 14 pass breakups. So if you want to put Butler as a nickel, you could obviously do that with Dennard there, who I don't know if Atlanta ends up bringing him back. but he is 31 years old. How many other NFL teams are going to be interested in somebody who is 31 years old? And sure, he's had his great moments, and probably his best was his interception with the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But he's had a lot of up and down years since then. Now, in 2019, he played in only 9 games. 32 tackles, 2 interceptions, 9 pass breakups. If I'm the Falcons, I sit here and I say, you know what? You did have a great 2020 year. But what about 2019? You had a lot of injury issues. What about 2018, where you're going to look at the numbers, you're going to be like, wow, he was absolutely phenomenal. Malcolm Butler also got picked on a lot, where teams were just targeting him. 69 tackles, really nice, spamming in the comments. 4 tackles for loss, 12 pass breakups, 3 interceptions. The question still remains is, what type of player is Malcolm Butler remaining? And if he's willing to take a little bit, maybe not of a pay cut, but he's not trying to absolutely get the bag, then maybe the Atlanta actually has a chance to go out and get him. So what do y'all think here? How good is Malcolm Butler? Use the scale from 0 all the way up to 100, because obviously when a player makes a play that, I'm trying to think of, transcends the NFL world, where it's on the goal line, Russell Wilson drops back to pass, slant, Malcolm Butler picked off. People remember that, and a lot of times that boosts up his value a little bit. I'm simply here to tell you that I don't think he's as good as what a lot of people actually think Malcolm Butler is. So go down to the comments, let me know. Use from a scale from 0 to 100. So 0 basically being like, he's the worst player you have ever seen in your entire life. Chances are I'd be a better cornerback. Or 100 being, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest corner of all time.